Hi guys, it's your bougie friend Anyah M and welcome to another episode of Anyah Uncensored. We're back, back like we never left, back better than ever. So I hope you guys are great. Like, we have not talked in like such a long time. How are you doing? Drop in the comment section down below. How have you guys been? How's life update? Give me your life update, I'll give you my life update. So this week's episode is going to be an advice episode. So I asked a few of you guys on Instagram to send me your questions, or you ask my advice on stuff, and you guys outdid yourself. I ain't gonna lie, you guys outdid yourself for real. But before we get into that, this week's baddie drink in my new and improved cup is water. So you guys know how to take a sip together or whatever. I was really thirsty. Yeah, that just showed me that I was really thirsty. So, life update, what has been happening with your girl? So the last time I spoke to you guys, I literally came on with a life update, and now I'm coming back on with another life update because things been hectic. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, life has been super hectic. My hair is wet and I can feel the water dripping down at my neck. I don't know why I always do these things at the weirdest times. I choose to wash my hair at the weirdest times. Like, I just... Anyways, beyond the point. So, a life update. So I told you guys the last time that I was... As you guys can see, the last time I was not in my usual space. Now we're back in our usual podcast space. And I'm super excited to be recording again and to be with you guys again. Because, like I always said to you guys, that this podcast literally means the world to me, and this is my main source of happiness. My podcast, coming on here talking all the time, it's my main source of happiness. And like I said previously, I had to take a break because I think my life was moving too fast paced. Also was super sick for a period of time, like really sick. I thought it was like climate, like the change in the climate, but then I realized that I come back, I'm still sick. I get about sick 3 times in like 3 months. Like, over in a 2 to 3 month span, I'm literally locked up in my yard. Like, I did not leave my house at all, unless like I had to go do something really quickly and come back. And if it's a case where somebody couldn't come do it for me, I had to go on the road. But like, apart from that, like, I thought it was Miss Rona, she and little, I thought it was Miss Rona. But then I got tested negative for that, and I was just like, okay, well, why am I still getting sick? And then it's like, at that time too, I was on like a whole bunch of stress. Like, I have work stress, like things just did not go haywire. Like, they're going haywire for me because I could come back and it's like all the responsibilities to me that I neglect just come back. They just come back. So I literally had to, like, I was under like a whole bunch of pressure, a whole bunch of stress, and I was also having bad migraines at the time. Like, literally I have to be in the dark and lock up myself. Like, I stuck up on really bad migraines. So I'm like, long time, but like they only come like during stressful times in my life. And that's also an indicator that I'm really stressed, when I get bad migraines. And my health, I don't know, like, I think it was stress related, like the constant getting sick. And then on top of that too, I was not taking care of myself. Like, I was not taking my vitamins and stuff like that. My life was moving super fast paced, and it was like I know that was the reason. By the end of the day, it was like all the stress them just a pile up on my head. I was like, I could not do anything about it at the time. And I just kept getting sick, and it was like I got the joke sheet, and a week after me get the me start feel sick, like me get really sick. like super super sick. If you ever hear one donkey bray, a stomach cough them sound. And like I said, I could not leave my house them time because it was just like, if my coughing can sound like that, just imagine me got cough in a public. Stone them people and stone me. So I just have to stay in my yard until we get better. And then every time I got better, it's like I'd be good for like a week, next week again, or next 2 weeks I'm sick again. But I've been good now. Like I've been good now. So I think that I'm taking better care of myself, and I think that that's why I'm not getting sick anymore. Well, I don't want to jinx it, but yeah. So yeah, I'm still on my self-actualization journey and my self-reflection journey, and I'll be taking you guys along with me as, you know, as the podcast progresses, because I think eventually I'm going to have to keep on coming on here with life updates every single time I come back on. So yeah, so like I said to you guys, we're going to be doing an advice episode this week. I think I called it Ask Your Boujee. Yeah, I think I call it Ask Your Boujee friend Anyah M. If you sent in a question, thank you so much. You guys are the reason why we're having this episode right now. And like I said, the system wants to be acting up. I don't understand what's going on. But yes, without you guys sending in your questions, there would be no episode. So thank you. Okay, so the first question is, do you think there's anything wrong with settling down at a young age and being in a serious relationship? No, I don't think there's anything wrong with settling down at this age. Because most of my listeners are in their early 20s range. So I don't think there's anything wrong with settling down. I just feel like it's going to be 10 times harder to settle down now in comparison to when you're older, because a lot of persons don't want serious relationships at this age. Like a lot of people. And I think that's a conversation that you're going to have. And settling down, especially with what is going on like in social media right now, and like what people are seeing around them, you're being told all the time, oh, don't settle down in your 20s, don't settle down in your 20s. But you have some people who want to settle down in their 20s. They want to start their life in their 20s. They want to have kids in their 20s. They want to get married in their 20s, and they want to build a partner. And I feel like you're going to have to find someone who has those same exact goals as you. And at the same time, you have to also realize that your 20s, I feel like you're changing the most in your 20s, because you're at the stage where you're trying to figure out the world and figure out you're stepping in this world. So when you do settle down at this age, you have to find someone who's also in the same mindset as you. And as you realize, like sometimes you might go along and think that this is the person who is for you, and this person is on the same wavelength as you, and then you realize that, hey, it's not really what I want, because I'm pre house, car and land, and you are pre going out and partying and braffing, as the young people say. Like, yeah, so if you're on that wavelength and that person is still in that, I want to go out and party, pop bottles, yada yada yada, and then you're broke tomorrow morning, then that's not going to work for someone who's pre long-term, like legit I cannot talk, longevity when it comes on to, I want to save my money to achieve this goal of buying my house by such and such age, or yada yada yada. You get me? Yeah, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but at the end of the day, you're changing so much in your 20s that it's probably going to be super hard for you to have a long-term relationship now. But some people are lucky. Like, I've known people who have been together from high school and they're doing quite fine. But then you have some people, they're not gonna make it, bro. I'm sorry, you're not gonna make it. Harsh reality, you're not gonna make it. Okay, the next one is, how can I handle toxic parents? Honestly, I be hearing some stories, like my friends be telling me some stories that they have with their parents, and I've seen like TikTok videos of people talking about how their parents treat them, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, not everyone is deserving to be a parent, and I can definitely understand that some people literally should just swallow their kids and done. Can I say that? I don't know if I can say that, but I'm gonna say it anyway. They should have swallowed their kids and done. So, not everyone is fit to be a parent, and it's showing more and more now. And you have so much people right now are growing up with childhood trauma because like older people. I'm gonna tell you, my mother and my father, they don't believe in childhood trauma. Okay, like them old back at these people there, they don't believe in a childhood trauma, but it's a real thing. And you see a lot of people right now especially doing certain things, and you're just like, why the hell would you do that? Childhood trauma, people. Childhood trauma is a real thing, and you now realize that a lot of people are affected by things in their childhood because they've never dealt with it. Because even me, I've had situations, not with like my parents, but like I'm sharing a very private detail for me, but when it comes on to death, I cannot manage death. Like, that's one thing I cannot do, because when I was 7 years old, I lost someone who was super close to me, who at that time, as in, I literally spoke to my mother about it like literally like last week, because like it affected me so much that I started crying because his birthday came up, and I was just like, crap, you know, like the memories that we've had together. I mean, yeah, it was just a short period of time, and that person was around me every single day. So I had a lot of memories with that person, and it was like, I was talking to my mom, and she's saying she didn't, at the time when it happened, she did not know how to tell a 7-year-old that their best friend is not coming back, you know. So I don't know how to deal with like that type of trauma, like death and those stuff. I don't deal with death well. I just either shove it under the rug, or things don't affect me until long after. And that's why we have to try to cope with our childhood trauma as we get older, because in the moment you're not going to notice, and toxic parents bring across toxic behavior in adults, right? And if you don't deal with that childhood trauma, you're going to constantly repeat the cycle. So the same things that your parents used to do to you back in the day, you're gonna do them to your kids, even unknowingly. Even though you might say, yo, the way how my parents treat me, I'd never treat my child like that, you unknowingly do it, right? But if you can, try to get out of the situation. That's my main advice. If you realize that your parents' behavior is super toxic for you, try to get out of the situation. And the thing is, getting out of the situation, sometimes you probably might not have a better place to like go, because like some people, they'll have like other family members they can go stay with, yada. But some people, they don't have that option. If you try as hard as you can to get out on your own, and I know it's super hard in Jamaica because renting and them something that is not cheap, and on top of that too, it's not as easy. Like, stick a pin, TikTok reference again. Like, I see a lot of people on TikTok, they'll be like, oh, 19, I just got my first apartment, yada. 19-year-olds here, is so much harder for you to get in good enough jobs for you to afford even your own place here. So if you can, try to get out of the situation. If you have someone who you can go stay with, please to go stay with them. And listen, I will never tell anyone to stay in a toxic household. Never. I will, because staying in a toxic household, I promise you, I can tell you, it will bring out a side in you that you don't even want to have, and it's just not good for your mental health. I promise you that. So if you can get out of the situation, honey, please get out of the situation. Okay, so next question is, if my current BF had an issue with me and my ex being friends, do you think I should stop talking to my ex? Why do you even have an ex? That's the first question. Why do you even have an ex? Why are you even in dialogue with your ex? I understand some people don't end badly, and I've said this on the podcast before. I don't have exes unless I need to talk about them on my podcast, right? Someone told me that's toxic behavior, but we don't care over here. We'll be toxic till the day we die. But yeah, I don't think you should be in dialogue with your ex. Like, I just think they're your ex for a reason, and if you want to talk to your ex, go stay with your ex. Okay, that's my advice to you. If you wanted to go stay with your ex and you still want to talk to your ex and still be in dialogue with your ex, left a man and go back to your ex, because why are you talking to this new man? So if I'm also a strong believer that if something makes your significant other uncomfortable, I don't think you should do it. I'm not talking about no simple things like, oh, the way how you dress, yada yada yada. I don't think no man should tell me how to dress. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not gonna let no man tell me how to dress. But when it comes on to like you communicating with your ex and your boyfriend says to you, hey, that makes me uncomfortable, then you should not do it. If your significant other says that doing something makes them uncomfortable, you should not do it. Okay? Point blank. Period. Okay, so next person said, advice to someone who struggle with fitting in. Honestly, I know that feeling, and I feel like university was when I really came into myself. Like I would say university, I think I evolved into who I really am, because what you guys are seeing on camera right now, you would have never seen this like when I was in high school. Like this level of confidence I have right now to even pick up a camera and record my podcast, like, and post it, I would have never done that before. The biggest advice I could give to you is stop looking at what everyone else is doing. And that is going to be, don't let that statement go over your head, because a lot of people say it and they don't mean it. You have to look into yourself and say, if such and such doesn't like this about me, who cares? If you can look in the mirror and insert your name here, look at that person and say, wow, I'm so proud of insert your name here. I'm so proud of who you've become, insert your name here. Right? So even though so many things are like going on and people will say this, that, and the third, don't watch the face. Don't watch the face. Be the best you that you can be. Because at the end of the day, half of them people are broke. I'm not telling no lie. Half of them people are we are chat and run off them out, them broke. And if you can have that level of confidence where you are so happy with yourself, no watch the face. No watch the face, because like me say, half of them broke. All the people them where you thought were the sugar honey iced tea back in the day, where are they now? Where are they now? All the people who you're worried about and worried about what they think about you, where are they now? Nowhere. Can you believe all this time I was here chatting out my mouth and it was not recording? So the next question is, how to be as cool as you. I wish I was joking, but yeah, don't try to be like me. No, there's only one Anyah M. There's only one boujee friend. Yeah, aspire to be the best you that you can be, because that's just how life should be. Like, people should not try to be like other people. You want to be boring, you want to be personalityless, you want to be mimicked off of someone else's personality? No, not cool. Next one is, do you think physical intimacy is important in a relationship? And if so, how does a long distance relationship maintain that physical intimacy? I think that's something you're going to have to communicate with your partner. And I ain't gonna lie, drape up my own color. Communication is not my thing. And I feel like you're going to have to communicate with your partner to figure out if that's one of their love languages, because not everyone's love language is physical intimacy. Some people like act of kindness more, and some people's love language is also like gifts. So you're going to have to figure out which one is ideal for your partner, and then at the end of the day you have to go make that the C word I don't like, compromise. Yeah. And if you're not into physical intimacy and your partner is, you're going to have to make the C word. And if you think the person is worth the C word, then, you know, yeah. So I think for some people it's definitely very important, but for some people it's not that much. And how does a long distance relationship maintain physical intimacy? I'm going to say this statement, and it's going to go over a lot of people's heads. A long distance relationship is not for people who are broke. I say this to say that if your partner's love language is physical intimacy and they're only able to see you like what 3 to 4 times out of the year, that's not gonna work. And it's a waste of time. It's a waste of your time and their time because you're going to have to be honest with yourself and realize that, hey, I want to see my partner. I can't go without seeing my partner every week or every 2 weeks, and this is not gonna work for you. Don't stop trying to tell yourself it's gonna work, honey, because you know you're gonna some other time. Like, you're gonna mess up. So yeah, if you just think it's not for you, it's not for you, and that's okay. That's okay. But like I said, long distance relationship is not for broke people and people who do not communicate. So if you're not gonna communicate well and you're not the money, it don't make no sense. The next one is, I like this girl, but she got a man, but she likes me too. Basically, what you do when the girl you like BF just in the way, so I'm not even capping. That's exactly how it was written. My advice to you is stay woke, king. Because obviously I'm not going to know the full details of the extent of the relationship that you and this girl have. I'm only going to be judging it based off of what you said to me. And I don't want you to get it twisted, right? When someone's in a relationship, like I said, you obviously know the logistics of the relationship. Like I said, I'm just knowing from the outside looking in, right? The boyfriend they up here, so right? You they down there, so. I could be wrong, but like I said, I'm going off of the scenario that you gave me. There's a reason as to why I'm there up there, so, and you they down there, so, right? Side man being down here, so. I think my best advice to give you right now is talk to her and figure out why I'm there, so. Like, I know some people, they have other people come into their lives, not for long term, but to teach them things about themselves and about life in general. So maybe that's what his purpose is, and that's why I'm there up here, so. Because right now, he's what she needs, right? For build her up, hypothetically speaking, like I said. So I feel like you're going to have to communicate with her and find out why I'm there, so, and why them still there. Ask her why them still there. Because if she still have you in your life, in fear life, right? If she still have you there, so, and you know, so she like you like she, but him still there, so why him there, so? You get me? Why? What is the purpose of him being there if you both like each other? Or maybe you don't want a relationship, but clearly you do, because you asked why the boyfriend just did it, so. Ask her why he did it, so. How do you get over a breakup? I don't know. How do you get over a breakup? I'm not gonna BS you, and I'm not gonna give you some unorthodox reasoning as to what to do after a breakup. Let's be realistic here. Block him or she on everything, right? Second, remove your pictures that you guys have together. Memories are a hell of a thing, especially Snapchat memories. Hell of a thing. They be showing you the slack things that you used to do back in the days. Delete that shit. Third of all, what else you must do? This piece of advice is not exactly the best advice, but like I said, I'm not gonna give you no BS answer. Bring someone else into the equation, into your mindset, if that's how you're planning to deal with it. Some people, they use breakups to evaluate themselves, work on themselves, you know. All the things that they want to do before they start doing it now. Going to the gym, working on their body, changing their hair color, cutting their hair. Some people, they use other people to get over other people, and it's not healthy, and it's not it happens, so that's exactly why I'm saying it, and I'm just saying it as a realistic point of view. If you're gonna do that, let the other person know, say, yo, you're doing this to get over somebody else, because it'd be very messed up if that person wants a relationship and you don't want a relationship. Just tell them, say, yo, mama, you know, say me just there for a good time, not a long time, you know. Just make her know, or make him know, say it's not a long-term thing and using you to get over someone else. And if that person's okay with that, then that's cool. But if they're not okay with that, don't be doing that. If they're not okay with it, don't do nothing. Don't do it. Next, advice on how to keep a girl happy. Wow, I be dishing out my whole journal to you guys. How to keep a girl happy. Alright, let's say for example she mentioned something and she says, oh, you know, say every time I'm on my red light I feel for chocolate, right? And you know, say, yo, her red lights will come up, and you know, you say, you know, say, I know she like such and such, let me go buy that for her. You know, like that's some really sweet things. Girls like when you can remember things that they said, right? Not even just giving gifts, right? We're not talking about physical things they can give her, but like emotionally being there for her, being emotionally available. Girls like when you're emotionally available, you know, unless she says to you otherwise. Women like emotionally available men. Why am I out here giving away the sauce? Anyways, yeah, well, I forgot to tell you guys, I was dyeing, you might see my hand looking red. I was dyeing some hair. I didn't have on any gloves, so if you see my hand red, that's the reason why. Okay, yes, back to what I was saying. What else? Let's say she talking to, like, girls like when you ask them about them day. Like, girls love when you ask them about them day. Well, me in particular, I love when people ask me about my day, and I like when they ask me questions about my day. So like, let's say I said to you, say, you know, say Margaret at work upset me today and she said this to me, yada yada yada. Do I know any Margarets? No, I don't know any Margaret, so it's safe to say Margaret. Yeah, let's say Margaret upset me today, and you know, so the girl Margaret do such and such, you know, Margaret go tell such and such, such and such. And the next day you say, yo babe, what happened with Margaret? Did Margaret da 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 da? And you mentioning back to her what she said to you yesterday, asking for an update. Boy, what are you doing? Like, they love that. Like, girls like when you remember little details about them. So those are a few things I can tell you. I can't give you the entire sauce. I got to give you the little ingredients. I can't even give you the full ingredients yet. How do you know if a girl likes you? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not too like people. Somebody even know what to tell you. Because I feel like everyone is different when it comes on to that. I know back in the days that you say, oh yo, when a girl's mean to you, that means that she like you. I mean all around. I mean all around. So I don't think that cuts it anymore. I think we're at the stage now where we have to just say, yo, I rate you differently, or I like you differently. I think that's the stage that we're at right now. We're grown people. We should be able to communicate whether we like someone or not. I'm still learning that. I'm still, like I said, communication is not my thing, and I'm also, like I said, I don't like people like that. So I don't be doing that. But that's my advice to you. You should take my advice. Yeah. This is the end of Anyah Uncensored. I want to thank you guys so much for listening and for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, for our people who are into the audio version, please to make sure that you leave a review of the podcast, rate the podcast. You know, we're trying to get up there in the views and up there in the analytics. So yeah, this week's song of the episode is Fiending by Jodeci. One thing about me love 90s music. I love 90s music. I have a full-on playlist. If you guys want my playlist, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna bust my playlist. I have multiple playlists on Apple Music. If you can find me on Apple Music, then yeah. But I'm not ready to give up my playlist my playlist yet. But I have a 90s playlist with like throwback songs and stuff like that, and early 2000s in it too. So yeah, until next time, bye guys.